Welcome back to our van. We've actually started to put some of the shelves in, which is really exciting, but the main job for today is getting this roof up, as you can see here.
We're hoping to be done by the end of today with this one. It's been quite challenging, but it's fun, and we think it looks all right so far. Anna, let's get to it. Let's go.
Let's get going. We filled in some of the holes with insulation. I'm going to then carpet, and Ben's trying to shape a bit of wood to join our ceiling onto the carpet basically and make it look good. So he's just around here shaping it. Oh, hello. So hopefully when you next see it, it'll be done and looking neat. Okay, so we've got the finished result of round the door. When the walls go in, it will obviously look a lot better, but I'll just talk you through a little bit what we did. We took off all the metal work, which you've definitely learnt from doing the doors before. Take off anything you can because it looks so much neater. So we took off these metal bits and then carpeted around it, but you can see when we did the door the first time, we carpeted around the metal bits and it doesn't look good. So we're really happy. Ben's bit of wood has been nailed under the ceiling, so it's just propping up the ceiling a little bit more, and then we've carpeted around it. There's no gap now between the roof and the door, or the back of the van if you like, and we are really happy with how it turned out.
Okay, so we're just going to start cutting in some holes for some of our control units. So this is our Sergeant control unit. So I'm just going to cut a hole in one of our panels, and hopefully that will then fit in nicely to that. So we're now making bed slats out of this plywood, which is very light, very strong. It's got a little curve in it already, which will be fitting perfectly for our bed slats. So yeah, we're just going to rip these up. We've got 1.80 meters worth, and that will be the entire bed done.
So I'm going to be starting the long painting process of all the different bits of furniture. I think we're going to have this going on in the background, so when Ben's doing something a bit more complicated, I will be painting. We've got a lot of furniture and a lot of wood to paint. We're priming it first with an undercoat, and then we're going to be painting it white to just make the whole area feel really bright. We might regret this, but we're going for a white look and then some featured colours, but we'll see it all at the end. So if you can hear me over the wind, today we are inside because the weather's bad. We're using this lightweight plywood. It's about 18mm thick to make our furniture and partition. So this is the start of the seat. It was about to be ready, apart from Ben just did the pilot holes going into the air. Pocket holes going into the air. So we're going to have to redo all of those. But we've got this little, it will all make sense when it's done. But a frustrating day for Ben.
Idiot.
We're finally putting in the walls that we've been really excited to put in, because as soon as the walls are in, we can start measuring up the furniture, make sure it's exact, and it will start looking like a van. So I'll show you what it looks like in this probably already before. So we're going to be stuffing all the holes with insulation. You've got sand deadening on the walls, and then also today hopefully we're going to be finishing the roof. So we're going to go the walls in first, and then the last bit of cladding for the roof needs to be properly attached, and that might be quite tricky. So we pre-made them and cut them, so it is plywood. We've got quite a few sheets of these. We've treated them, so on the backs that you're never going to see is like this grey cheap wood, I think it's fence sort of protector, so outdoor wood protector. This is a different colour because this is going to be the garage. And then the white is what we want our walls to be. So Ben measured up all these bits of wood quite a while ago now, and cut around like the wheel arch, cut around sort of how the van looks. We've got holes cut ready for different things like switches to go in. It's all been painted and treated, ready to be attached. He's already attached it once just to check it all fits. But yeah, it's all ready to go. And we've got a lot of pieces that look like this to be put up. Introduce you to the third member of our team, Ben's dad. He's just put in a little bit of a divider where the back of our garage is going to be today, but he'll talk you through what we've done. But look, so this is Lawrence.
Well, here we are. It's been carefully tailored by Ben and Anna. A lovely template was made first to create the lovely curve here and the height. It's a tricky little bit of measurement, but it's actually worked out very well. And here we have the surfboards fitting beautifully.
So as you can see, the walls are in and a partition where we're going to have the separation between the boot and the living area. So these are just the painted bit of woods up on the wall with holes in for the electrical appliances like USB sockets and light switches, etc. We will still have to do some wire covering, which we've yet decided how to do. We've got holders in the side of the garage for the surfboards that are going to run through here. We've also gone for lights in the garages. But yes, now we're ready to start putting furniture and measuring furniture up, and so that should be exciting. So here we have all the walls put in. We've got two tones here. The grey symbolises where the boot will be, the bed's going on top. We've got hooks here for the surfboards to slide in on. We've got lights, we've got holes for where we're going to have a 12-volt hook up in the back. Still got to find out how we're going to cover these wires, but that's another challenge. And then this is what the inside looks like. There is a few little bits of trimming we need to do. And then here with the joins and the two bits of wood, we're going to put nice thin little bits of wood to allow when the van's moving that the wood can also move and not crack, because we were going to filler it, but now we're going to cover it with little strips. So yeah, see you soon with the furniture in. Here we have some of the furniture ready to go in. These are our chairs. They've only had one layer of paint. They're going to have more paint. We've gone for hollow kind of chairs that we can have loads of storage in. They've got backs where the surfboards are going to fit into. We're going to be covering them with cushions. Here we've got the skeleton of our kitchen, and we're also making today a side cabinet. So yeah, see these next when they're all in. Welcome to the update. Come in. Come in. So this is where we are at. I'm not sure where you last caught us, but I'll fill you in on a few bits we've done. We have the divider. This is dividing the boot into the main living area, and where I am now is going to be the bed, which we've started to build, but we're not putting in until the last minute because easier to get to things. If you look up here, you've got the roof is all complete. Literally just putting in these two bits on either side themselves took a good day, because it's really difficult to get it round the edge and to finish the curve. There might be an easier way of doing it, but we didn't find it. We've carpeted round the back of the door. We've had to put a bit of a wood in here to help keep the roof up and finish it nicely. And we found that the more stuff you have going on, the more you need to make sure little things that you're not gonna stop the door from closing. So here we have a little cabinet so we can always get into the boot from the seated area. We've had to put magnets on everything so that it doesn't flap open. Here is where a table's going to pull out. It's going to slide out from underneath the bed, but we're yet to do that. We have two seats, a double seat and a single wide seat, which open up. And running along the back of the seats is where we're going to be able to fit surfboards. Maybe you'll see that at the end. We have a side cabinet where we're going to put drawers in, and we're going to have a nice oak topping so we can provide or make food. And here we have our kitchen area where we're going to have the hob, sink, and then a little bit area to kind of make food. If you look behind you, you have some underfoot storage for when the seats are turned around, because my feet were dangling. That's another bit of extra storage. We're trying to fill every nook and cranny with little bits so that the van stays as tidy and as clean as possible. The next steps, really exciting, is fitting the kitchen, fitting the gas, fitting the water, cutting the oak tops, varnishing the ceiling, finishing the painting and putting cupboard doors on, and the floorboards. But then it will be done, and the end is looking really close, so we're really excited. So hopefully when you next see us, we might be a little bit there closer to finish. So that's us done for now. When you next see us, Mark is going to be doing the water, the gas, getting it all looking like a kitchen.